going on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at y'all with another word of encouragement for today. So today I want to talk to y'all a little bit about discipline, because I think it's easy to go through life and just kind of skate by. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very easy for us in our human state to pick up bad habits. And it's because we don't drift toward discipline. We actually drift, we're constantly trying to drift back toward chaos. Whenever we have non-order in our lives, in our soul, in our thinking, it's a drift back to chaos. We have to work to be disciplined of mind, disciplined of body, disciplined of soul, disciplined in our spirit. In order to achieve things in life, almost nothing in life happens just by sliding into it, right? People don't make it to the NBA, NFL, at the top of their tennis game. They don't make it into things like that without being hyper disciplined. Chess masters don't necessarily, they don't always the great ones. They don't just slip into being a world champion chess player. You don't just slip into reading your Bible every day. You don't slip into hearing the words from God, "Well done, good and faithful servant," because our natural tendency is to slip toward chaos, to slip toward disorder, to slip toward lawlessness. And so it takes discipline in our lives to do the right thing. The wrong thing is easy to do. If you want to fall into the wrong thing, there's always going to be something that's available for you. Always. It's very easy to fall into wrong patterns of life, wrong ways of thinking, wrong ways of acting. Those things are bountiful. You can always fall into it. But man, to think the right way and to live life the right way and to do the right things in life, and those things take work, man. They take discipline. It takes some lawfulness that we've had built around us, right? And so one of the things I wanted to read y'all today, the thought that I'm having is there is no orderly, lawful structure without the presence of God. Unless God is speaking order into existence, things won't happen. We'll naturally drift toward disorder and absolute chaos. So I wanted to read y'all this verse. It comes from Proverbs 29. Y'all check this out. I'm gonna actually read a couple different versions of this verse, because I think it hits different in a couple different versions, right? So this is from the English Standard Version. This is Proverbs 29, verse 18. It says, "Where there is no prophetic vision, the people cast off restraint, but blessed is he who keeps the law." Where there is no prophetic vision, the people cast off restraint. Now, this prophetic vision, when we're talking about prophecy and stuff like that, right? It's not necessarily talking about fortune telling. I think I've been on here saying that before. It's not necessarily talking about fortune telling. This is a word from God. Unless God is giving what life should look like, unless it's God who's giving that, the people just throw off restraint. They just do whatever they want to do. They live willy-nilly in every single kind of way. But it says the person that's blessed is the person who clings tight to the law. It says it's the person who keeps the law, is right there with order and discipline. And the ultimate order and discipline does not come from happenstance in nature. It comes from God's perfect being. He is the perfect lawgiver. And so this is saying we need God in our lives. In any way, if we're without God, we're just drifting toward chaos. Let me read it from the New Living Translation. Check out what this says. It says, "When the people do not accept divine guidance, they run wild." They wild out. "But whoever obeys the law is joyful." When people don't accept divine guidance, so it's not just hearing from God, it's actually doing what God said. It's not enough to just know of the law. We have to do the law. You know what I'm saying? It's not just enough to hear what's right. We actually have to do what's right. My kids hear me tell them to do what's right all the time. But unless they do it, there's beef, right? Unless they're doing what I tell them to do what's right, my kids would run absolutely wild. They'd be getting into all kind of candy. They'd be going outside with no socks on and out in the snow playing with no jacket on, no socks on. They would probably not even feed themselves because there would be no order. There would be no substance. There would be nothing that was driving us forward in the right way. That God is the maker of the right way. And what we see is when Jesus comes along, he says these words, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. You can't go the right way without me. You won't know what actual truth is without me. You can't live without me. The person who clings to what's right, the person who clings to this order and these right ways of living, is the person who stays near to Christ. And he raises them up. And there's joy there. There's happiness there. There's life there. So, I hope this is a word of encouragement for today. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, man, all the jazz. That stuff is free to y'all. But it means a lot here because it means more and more people are hearing about it, man. We got to make sure this YouTube algorithm thing that we're hitting it off. Because, man, I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. And, I'm praying the best for y'all. And until next time, grace and peace.